So the Bible, it is a contextual material, which means in interpreting the Bible, there is one rule of pretext, post-text, to understand context. Which means you can't just pick a verse of scripture and run. That is immorality. Because the moment you remove a verse of scripture out of its environment, the moment you pull out a verse of scripture out of its environment, the scripture dies. A scripture only has life within its environment. I feel like I'm teaching here. For example, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. It is not God that said it. It is not God. So the question is, that scripture that we have been reading for years, who said it? It was Moses. Look at it, Romans 3:23. Then we will do pretext, so you see the beauty. For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. Now pretext, verse 19. Verse 19. Now we know that what things soever the law saith, it saith to them who are under the law, that every mouth may be stopped, and all the world may become guilty before God. Next verse. Therefore, by the deeds of the law, there shall no flesh be justified in his sight. For by the law is the knowledge of sin. Next verse. But now, the righteousness of God without the law is manifested, being witnessed by the law and the prophets. Watch the next verse. Even the righteousness of God, which is by faith of Jesus Christ unto all and upon all them that believe. For there is no difference. Next verse. For all have sinned. So the law has condemned everybody a sinner. The law of Moses. But you will see that before the law came, Abel was born in the house of Adam, who was a sinner, and Abel was righteous in the house of a sinner. Look at Romans 5 verse 14. Pay attention. Romans chapter 5 verse 14. Nevertheless, death reigned from Adam to Moses. Please pay attention. Even over them that have not sinned, after the similitude of Adam's transgression. So there are those who did not sin Adam's sin. Somebody says, who are those? Hebrews 11:4. Hebrews 11 verse 4. By faith Abel offered unto God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous. So Abel did not sin the sin of Adam. Therefore, in the house of the sinner Adam, Abel was righteous. So which means therefore that the sin of Adam is not automatic on everybody. What is the sin of Adam? A rejection of the gospel. Adam rejected the gospel, but Abel accepted the gospel in the house of Adam. Which means that God gives to everybody an opportunity to say yes or no. It's not automatic. Now that's what the beauty of Bible study does. Now come with me, let me push this a little more. That means therefore that true worship is rooted in Bible interpretation. If you cannot interpret, or if the scriptures cannot be interpreted well to you, you will never be able to have an effective worship life, because worship comes by the revelation of God's word.